system is going to encounter a lot of wind shear over the next day or so. So we're only expecting this to become well, and I said this yesterday, a high-end Category 1. I don't think it's going to make an approach for a 2 unless some significant changes are made over the next 24 to 48 hours here. Now, with the newest data, and I stressed this yesterday, that if the track were to shift 50 miles to the east or 50 miles to the west, that it would have a great amount of impact on our forecast here in Arkansas. And this system didn't go 50 miles east. It went almost 200 miles east with the last update from the National Hurricane Center here. So we're still expecting some heavy rainfall across eastern Arkansas, northeastern Arkansas. Your better shot of seeing rainfall is going to be across the Mississippi River here at this current time here. So let's go ahead and talk to you guys about the headlines for tonight. So we're still tracking Tropical Storm Francine. With any tropical system, you know, there's still time for it to change. The track can still change between now and then. So just kind of keep an eye on the updates over the next couple of days. As I mentioned before, heavy rainfall is still possible for our folks in eastern Arkansas. I've had a lot of questions about, is this going to be, you know, producing gusty winds? Is it going to produce tornadoes? I want to stress this right now. The tornado threat is virtually non-existent for us here in Arkansas. Like, it's a 0% chance because of the fact that we're going to be on the backside of the system. For you to get a tornado threat, and I'm going to explain this when we look at the model data here in a little bit, you want to be on the eastern side or the right hand side of the system. You don't want to be on the left side of the system to get a, you know, if you're on the left side, you won't get a tornado threat. If you're on the right side, you will. So that's why we're saying here in Arkansas, we're not expecting this to produce a tornado threat here in Arkansas. Obviously, I would keep an eye on the Boot Hill region up there in northeastern Arkansas, just in case this thing kind of pivots to the west a little bit. That may introduce a little bit of southeasterly winds up there, but I still don't think you're going to see a tornado threat up there. I think your best shot of seeing tornadoes is going to go for our folks to the east and Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee. Those are going to be the areas that we'll have to watch very closely for that tornado threat out there. So if you have any family or friends out there, you might want to give them a heads up. But for us here in Arkansas, it's just going to be a heavy rainfall threat, and that's going to be it. And also, unfortunate news with this system moving to the east and kind of dissipating, above normal temperatures are going to be returning as we move into late weekend and into next week. I'm not expecting this to be like a massive big heat wave, but it is going to be a little above normal for what we were supposed to be for this time of year here. Okay, so let's take a look at tonight here, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause this for just a little bit because it likes to run ahead of me. So we've got some mid to low level cloud cover down there in southern and eastern Arkansas that is associated with Tropical Storm Francine. Cloud cover is really going to start to build in as you get into the late overnight hours, the first part of your Wednesday morning. There could be some sprinkles over there in eastern Arkansas and southern Arkansas here, but nothing too significant. I think the heaviest rainfall will hold off until late tomorrow and into your Thursday here, okay? And you can wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures a lot warmer than they have been over the last couple of days. Remember, this past weekend, we were in the 40s and 50s. Now we're in the 60s. There could be some little 70s down there in southern Arkansas. You're going to notice the moisture's a little bit higher, etc. here, okay? So, like I said before, down there, southern and southeastern Arkansas, there could be a little bit of rain first thing tomorrow morning, but overall, nothing serious across the area here, okay? So, let's take a look at Francine here, okay? And this is the latest information as the 4 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center. Still a tropical storm, winds of 65 miles per hour, gusts up to 75 miles per hour. She's been struggling today. You know, yesterday I told you guys by this time that I wouldn't be surprised this thing was a hurricane. Today she had a lot of dryer issues, some shear kind of got in the midst with her center, so that kind of kept her from really getting going. But over the next 24 to 48 hours, she is expected to become a hurricane and to make a landfall somewhere near the New Orleans area. If you know any family or friends down there along the southeastern coastline of Louisiana, give them a heads up, tell them, hey, you know, this is what we got going on, etc. here, okay? So, moving to the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Central pressure 987 here. So, as you can see on the map to the right here in Arkansas, we still have eastern and northeastern Arkansas in the track for Tropical Storm Francine here. And you can see, I mean, over the last couple of days, you went from pretty much all of the state being in the track to central and eastern Arkansas to now barely eastern Arkansas and northeastern Arkansas. So that's how much things can change over a couple of day span here. So heavy rainfall will be the biggest threat. I'm not expecting this to be a big time tornado producer here in Arkansas. I'm not expecting any tornado threat with this unless an absolute significant shift to the west is seen. I don't expect a tornado threat here in Arkansas.